guys, welcome to Biogenie, where everyday life meets science. My name is Aryav Parekh. I'm an IBDB biology student, and I'm here to take you behind the scenes and show you how science isn't just for doctors, lab assistants, or scientists. It's for everyday people who use it in everyday life, and it affects their lifestyle, health, and choices. So my guest today is Dr. Smriti Hora, a general practitioner who sees it all: first time symptoms, and everyday worries. And today we are here to see what it's really like to meet the doctor who sees people first. So, could you share what first inspired you to become a doctor and what keeps you motivated in this demanding profession?
So just now I am practicing in Santa Cruz since last 35 years as a family physician.
Okay.
The journey started when I was young. See, medical profession has always been a noble and respected profession, and all the parents want their children to become a doctor. So it started with my parents telling me that you are going to become a doctor, and I had a role model in my family, my aunt, who also inspired by her work. Then I got a mentor, my friends' parents who were family physicians. So every step in my life, there were some indication that I think I should become a doctor, and that is how this medical practice was my first choice. And it was a very hard work to get into medicine, but with the hard work and God's grace, I got into this profession. Now that I'm practicing here for 35 years, it is sometimes people tell me that aren't you bored? People come and tell you all your complaints and all their worries and all their so I said it is the best satisfying profession, because it is how they, after few days of the treatment, they go smiling, how the relatives are so happy that everything is fine and normal in the house again. So it is, that is a biggest part of this profession, that yeah, you see the sadness and complaints of the sad face of the patients, but in the end it is a very satisfying feeling.
That's really interesting. So many patients today walk into the clinic having Google search their symptoms. So how do you deal with that and help treat them with empathy?
Yes, it's a very important question in today's time of this media, where you can Google and find out answers to everything.
Yeah.
But medicine is not just the complaint and all the, it is not like an algorithm that, yeah, there is an algorithm, but it is not always that this follows this follows this.
Yeah.
Second thing, in Google, they give you the most complicated diagnosis first. And in as a, from our experience, we know that we don't think of the complications first. We think of the simple things first.
Okay.
So when patient Google and come to us, they have information, but they have also confusion in their mind, and they are so anxious when they come to us that it becomes little difficult to pacify them. So I would suggest that if you have any queries, first consult doctors, then see what they have to say. Then you can ask your question that can it be this, can it be this?
Yeah.
Because whatever the diagnosis or indication given by Google search is, I think, in less than 5%.
Okay.
From our experience, we know that those things are not the first things which are there in the patient.
Yeah.
So that way, we can just pacify them and relieve their anxiety.
Thinking back to your student days, is there any one powerful strategy that you used to learn and you can pass on to today's students?
So this is very important in today's time of competition, where in all, not only in medical fields, all fields there is a lot of competition, and all the students require to really work hard to get to their desired or mark or position.
Yeah.
So the best thing as a student I used to do, I have taught my children also, and I would tell all the students to do, is regular studies.
Yeah.
So it is not just before exams. Before exam is an intense study. But if something is taught to you in the class and if you keep doing it very regularly, then it regular studies really help. I think the regular study, discussing, reproducing the
The
things
revision is
which,
the key to.
yes, and at the time of exam we used to write papers. So when you reproduce by writing it, that it helps you
Yeah.
all the more. In medicine, though, obviously it is not just reading. I think when we used to study, I used to spend most of my time in the wards, seeing the patient, talking to the patient, seeing what are their complaint, examining things, seeing their signs. And that is how then you remember that I had seen this patient, so it might be this, it might be this.
Okay.
Because in medicine, it is not a book study. Nowadays, it become very much neat exam, but I think it is spending more time in the wards with the patient,
Yeah.
talking to them, going through the notes which the seniors have written.
So you got head-on experience.
Head-on experience, and the experience when you see, you will never forget.
Sometimes students wonder why they're studying biology. Could you explain how this subject helps and is related to our daily life?
It's a very important question because now I've seen so many people dropping few subjects.
Yeah.
Because it's very understandable when they cannot cope up. But see, basic in primary education, all subjects are important. Biology. What is biology? Biology is a study of living things.
Yeah.
Living things, ourselves is the first and foremost. Yeah, plants, how to keep healthy environment is important, but you have to keep yourself healthy. You should know about your body, your how to take care of it, how does the good food, what good food will keep you healthy, what are the habits which will keep you away from the disease. See, so biology is not just a subject, it is how we can live a good healthy life.
Yeah.
So it is as important as any other subjects. Then when you go into a higher secondary education and all that, it becomes complicated. That time it you can drop, but basic, I think, life science subject, that is biology, is very, very important to study.
So are there everyday signs that our body can interpret before they become serious issues?
Yeah, that is a very, very good question for the layman to know that there is something going on wrong with the body. Simple things like lack of energy, uh, you lose your appetite,
Yeah.
you suddenly start losing your weight. Some people know, they feel very happy that I'm not doing anything and I'm losing weight. But I
That's a
think
bad
that is
sign.
something going on wrong with your body. Then, so whenever you are losing weight more than, and at the same time, when you are gaining weight also, like suddenly you feel you have put on 2-3 kg in a month, or you lost 2-3 kg in a month, it is a sign to be alert and consult a doctor.
Yeah.
Then next thing is something, some symptoms keep coming on, like recurrent cold cough, recurrent stomach pain, recurrent loose motions, especially in the elderly or in a very, very uh, young children, infants or the babies. These are also very important signs. Then suddenly you start losing your hair, the skin rash or skin color changes.
So that was Dr. Smriti Hora giving us a real look into the world of their patients and how they keep communities healthy. I hope this conversation gave you a fresh perspective on how to maintain your health, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode. Bye.